Hey, Shalom, Trooper Brachiala, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barakatah. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barakatah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatha Bashem Yahshai to all the sisters. We're going to start shortly. We'll be starting shortly. This is the I.S.U.P.K Day of Atonement. We'll be starting real shortly.
Well, what's this to raise some? That's where I came from. That is my aim. Once I fucking gave one, rest of these niggas out here is just fake. So look, you can hate, so you cannot take. So I've been in every one out of my states. Out in the streets, I'm steady blazing. Look at the color, nigga, like I'm Jason. I am the one. It's going so hard to age and go so hard that they said I'm amazing. These are the facts, though. I'm just amazing. There is no other way that I can save them. I earn my spot, and they'll never be big. These niggas lazy. They got complacent. They want to love all these fucking Caucasians. How the fuck we gonna rebuild our nation? You niggas feminine. Go get some makeup. Sorry, but my love is Jacob. We had some hard days. We had some hard ways. Always. Just know that I pray that we get it out the door. Only thing that I trust, knowing that my niggas gon' bust, is thumbing up the rush, thinking that you won't get touched. Fuck with my brother getting crushed, been through too much. Always come through in the clutch. Nigga just do what it does. What you thought shit was, nigga, it wasn't. Know that I do this for dozen. Always kept it up. Niggas thought I never stunned, and I keep shit running, even on the days when the pain keep coming, or a nigga fucked up and he feel like nothing. The show goes on, I just keep on jetting my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, saying how much can I take, still kept my faith. Even niggas that fake, even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wait, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Dark days and no night vision, that's why my heart is a cave and as I sit it. Don't even trust niggas no more, Lord is my witness. Me and these niggas ain't the same, this is like thought a nigga had my back, now it's a knife in it. But now I'm back to the back like it's still ain't finished. Still got the back in the back of the campaign. Taking any given chance to blaze with a white man. Son of Prince of the bone in the right hand. Never losing grip, I understand who I am. Met a man to show me the right path. Now I'm rooted in the truth to rule is my plan. And I can never lose sight like a night exam. Something Zion, I was born by fireman. In the circle of life, how could I tell you, man? I was under Zion, had no one. And then I met these men and it changed how I'm living. It was just convicting, called that a last sentence. Now I need a witness, but now I'm not Christian. My faith in these Christians, man. I know religion, man. It's like to side, and with my brother cops aside. And you niggas too sweet like baklava. Niggas better not make a nigga bring the choppers out. Better pray for your health like the doctors out. Just be vague. One day you'll be paid. Wonder what it is. Luckily I got AIDS. I'm so thankful. Yes, I'm so thankful. Used to be ashamed. Even before I
still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, saying how much can I take, still kept my faith. Even when these niggas that fake, even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wait. Some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Oh, just sad. You know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life. This and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga. This is blood. And yo, Madara, they go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back open. I'm a crippler. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. So hell way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing, I'm in the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in the church side. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did and bring this gift. Have your respect to your prince. Be about your business. This Lord is a damn sentence. Trying to pick up with a blind foot. They said there'll be many branches. I'm just trying to put my
Hey, Shalom. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. I'm Officer 500, Zabaja of the I.S.U.P.K, under Commanding General YAHANNA, started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Day of Atonement. It is a high holy day that the children of Israel are supposed to celebrate. They're supposed to observe, Salakia. Men of Israel, Akwati watching, I imagine. Which means stand. Sarapanya Hakudam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to open up the Day of Atonement with the prayers. This is the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Salakia Akim, you can take yourself off mute. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwavka. Ratazaka. Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. Varataza.
I.S.U.P.K.
Hayah. The thunder now. The come. You won. Wasalak now. Kawat now.
Kasalak now.
Kawat now. Wala. Tabaya now. Panasai one. A ball.
Shine now.
Mayan. Right. Kaya Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha Allah. Wahatha Para. I will love you. Aman.
One.
Can you read the English, Baba Kashaf?
Go. Our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Father which art in heaven.
Amen.
Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done on earth.
Thy will be done on earth. As it is in heaven.
Give
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
We forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
Deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya,
Ayanya.
Abahaya, Maya,
All right. Ayan.
Yaba'ah, Isaiah,
Sorry.
Isaiah, Maya,
Sorry.
Yahweh, Isha,
Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K.
Shamayam, Wa'arataza,
Shamayam. Garatza. Shamayam. Wa'arataza.
Al-Yathan, number 1,
Ayatam. Number 1. Ayatam. Number 1.
Regalka, Al-Yanawam,
Galka. Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka,
Yawam.
Hanah,
Shamarka. Hana. La'a.
Yanawam, Yana'ah,
Yanawam. Wala'a.
Yashan, Shalomar, Yashala,
Yashan. Shawamar. Yasharala. Yasharala.
Shamarka, Yahweh,
Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Marka. Yahweh. Tazalka.
Al-Yad, Yamyanka,
Al-Yad. Yamyanka.
Yamam,
Naaman.
Hashemah,
Yomam. Hashemash.
La'ah,
Hashemash. Yah.
Yakaka,
Yakaka.
Wairak,
Yakaka. Iraq.
Walayala,
Iraq. Allah.
Yahweh,
Allah. Yahweh.
Shamarka, Makarat,
Yashamarka. Makarat.
Yashamar, Athnapashka,
Yashamar. Athnapashka. Pashka.
Yashamar, Tazaafka,
Yahweh. Yashamar. Tazahafka. Shamar. Tazahafka.
Wabawaafka,
Wabawaka. Awaka.
I will
Ma'aitha wa'id awalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto
I will
the
lift up my eyes into the hills. What's my help?
From whence comes my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from
My help
Yahweh,
cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
Made heaven and earth. You will not suffer to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Keepeth thee will not. Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
He that keepeth Israel shall neither
slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh
is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade
upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in. From this time forth.
From this time forth.
From this time forth. And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Alahaya. Salakia. Psalms 83. Alahaya.
Alahaya. Alahaya.
Al-Damaya Laka.
Al-Damaya Laka.
Al-Thakarash.
Al-Thakarash.
Wa'al-Shakwat.
Wa'al-Shakwat.
What? Yaka Hana.
Hana.
Awayabka. Salakia. Awayab Yaka.
YAHYA.
Yahama Yawan.
YAHANNA.
Wama Shana Yaka.
Wama Shana Yaka.
Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa.
Rash. Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Ira Yamwa.
YAHYA.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Waya Itas a what?
Waya. TITHES.
Al-Tazakawan.
Al-Tazakawan.
Yaka. Amara. Kawa. Wanaka Kaya Adam. Salakia. Wanaka Kaya Yadam.
Wana Kakidam.
Magaya.
Magaya.
Wala. Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yashar.
Sham Yasharal.
I.W.A.
I.W.A.
Yaka.
Ya.
Noah Itas a what?
Noah ITHES.
Lab.
La.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa. Al-Yaka.
Bayat.
Ya.
Yakaratwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahaya.
Ahalya.
Adawan.
Lawan.
Yashimai. Alahayam.
Wayashmai Alahayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagari.
Wahagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palash.
Palash.
I'm Yeshabia.
Yeshabia.
Tazawad. Gamashawad.
Gamashawad.
Nalawa. Imam. Haywa.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labania Lawat. Salah.
I.S.H.A.L.A.M.
Kamadia.
Kasa Sara'a.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kayabya.
Kayabya.
Banaka. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Bayan. Dara.
Iowa. Daman. La Adama.
Shayathamwa.
Nagayabmawa. Kara.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak. Wakatazal Manai. Nasayakam.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Nayarashah.
Nayarashah.
Lanawa. Nawa.
Alahai. Alaya,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagaga,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka,
Lapanya Raka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabaira Yaira,
Thabaira Yaira,
Wakala Lahaba,
Wakala Haba,
Talahat,
Thalaha,
Arya,
Hari,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradatma,
Tharadapma,
Wasa'iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabara, Suwa, Faka,
Wabasa Wapatha,
Salakia, Sabahala,
Wabahalam,
Malaha,
Mala'a,
Panyam,
Anyaham,
Kuala
Kualawan,
Wayabakwasha,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shankaya,
Kayahawa,
Yabashwa,
Bashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ajai,
Ayaid,
Wayakapara,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabara,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaawa,
Waya the Iowa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Fa,
the Tha,
Shankaya,
Shamkayahawa,
Labaka,
Labadka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Kaharataza,
Al-Kal Harataza. What we just read in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, come.
They have said, come.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Of Baal and Ammon.
Of Baal and Ammon.
And Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kisan.
At the brook of Kisan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Treat their nobles like Oreb.
Treat their nobles like Oreb.
And like Z.
And like Z.
Yea, all their princes as Zabah.
Yea, all their princes as
Zabah.
And as Almuna.
And as Almuna.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Art the most high over all the earth. Prepare for power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kushah.
The Thundernawa.
The Thundernawa.
Haka. Haka.
Haka.
Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakama the what?
Wakama the what?
Haka.
Haka. Left the heart.
Ha Matazariah.
Ha Matazariah.
Haka. Laha Kwayam.
Haka. Laha Kwayam.
Ha Mathayam.
Ha Mathayam.
Haka.
Haka.
Al-Rakawa.
Al-Rakawa.
Kamala.
Atama'ala.
Ligarshan.
Garshan.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Wada Aman.
The Wada Aman. In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
So be it.
So be it. Prepare for power structure. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai. Wa Mayak Ka'ala. Wa Alahayim. Matazabia. Al-Wap Yahanna.
Al-Wap Yahanna.
Ha-Al-Wapyan.
Ha-Akwatyan.
Ha-Saranyan.
Ha-Saranya.
Ha-Kwatazanyan. Ha-Kwatazanyan.
Ha-Kwatazanyanya.
Ha-Kya-Yam.
Akai
Ha'akwakim. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Kawada Amar.
In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
The general.
The general.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers and the sisters.
The troopers and the sisters.
Yahweh by the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh by the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven
and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now, right now.
Listen to us now, right now.
And send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death.
To the heathen.
To the heathen that speak against us.
To the heathen that speak against us.
Thy prophets, the teachers.
Thy prophets, the teachers.
The princes, the priests.
The princes, the priests.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction and death.
And destruction to the heathen.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel.
And shake loose the pockets of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evil and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And their nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope. The Pope. Islam.
Christianity. Egyptology.
Militia.
The Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation. Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement. The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft. NASA space programs. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways. The cable access channels. And the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And bring death to all the heathen.
and bring swift death to all the heathen
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us.
Try to stop
us
from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
From broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and destroy it.
Cause them to go through the earth.
Cause the terrorists to come against America.
Cause the terrorists to come against America.
Destroy them in their strongholds.
Destroy them in their strongholds.
Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists.
Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists.
Let Yahawashi, Michael, and Gabriel.
Let Yahawashi, Michael, and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And kill all the heathen.
And kill all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels.
That it is the angels.
That has done it.
It is the angels.
Cause it to spread through the media.
Cause it to spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi.
Thank you always, so be it.
Thank you always, so be it.
Men of Israel, Sar, which means to turn. You may be seated.
Come.
What is going on over here? Oh, that's right. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Hope everyone's Tawam.
Shalom, Akim. Yahweh Shabbat.
Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat.
All right, this is the Day of Atonement. For many of you, this will be your first fast, your first real fast, right? This is not like the Muslim mosque where you fast for a few hours, then you go right back to eating, and then you start to smoke and drink and do all the things that Salaki. I say drinking because the Muslims say not to drink, right? Right after they finish their fast, they're right back to drinking, getting drunk, causing a disturbance. Salaki. Let's see if this one works.
Hey, Shalom.
Yeah, about
also, the budget is another screen. Computer's freezing right now.
Come on, sir. I got rid of it.
Come on. Go ahead, I'll take over, all right?
Salakia, sir?
You could go ahead, I'll take over. I'll take over in a few days.
Okay, I'll continue, sir. Let me know when you're ready, sir.
Come.
Right, so as I was saying, this is the Day of Atonement. Today is when you afflict your soul, right? You afflict your soul and fast, right? You go without food and water for the next 24 hours. 7 p.m. tonight, which is just passed, right? Till 7 p.m. tomorrow night. A full 24 hours, you afflict your soul, right? Now, if you can go without food and water, right? The necessities of life. You can't even live without food and water. That means you could live without everything else, without every vice, right? Whether it be whores, whether it be drugs, whatever vice is stopping you from coming into the truth and living up to your full potential in this truth, right? That you can give it up, right? Today we're gonna fast not only for our own souls, We're going to fast for the souls of every Israelite, for the whole nation. Right? And that's the best part, right? Women and children aren't supposed to be fasting. Salakia. Pregnant women and breastfeeding women aren't going to be fasting. The elderly and the sick aren't going to be fasting today, right? If you're elderly or you need some meds or something, you gotta take medication and you need to eat food with those medications. You don't have to be fasting, right? But today, for everybody else, every able-bodied man and woman who are an adults, today is a day that you make atonement for the rest of your nation. You're going to afflict your soul for the rest of your nation. Right? It's a whole day where we would fast, and we're going to fast and pray and just gather with our brothers and sisters, right, for 24 hours. And then right after, we're going to have a feast. Right, and you could find these days in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. There are days that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to observe and supposed to celebrate. Guess what? Christmas is not one of them. In Canada, Thanksgiving, right, where the oppressor has a feast to remember how they murdered. How they murdered the children of Gad, right? The so-called Native American Indians. Thanksgiving is coming up. That's not a day you're supposed to celebrate. Slovakia, give me one moment. Right, that's not a day you're supposed to celebrate. But there are days you can celebrate. It's in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Right. Baba Kasha, someone, Trooper the Thumb, bring me to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, Baba Kasha.
Leviticus 23rd chapter, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2.
Hold up. Let me get with you. You can continue reading verse 2.
Verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, even these are my feasts.
Right. Even these, right? These holy convocations, these separate gatherings are the Lord's feast. Right? So as you read, you're going to find out that the Lord has a bunch of feasts that we're supposed to celebrate. Right? The starting of the year, we celebrate the Passover. Right? Keep reading, Baba Kasha.
Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is a Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
Right.
Verse 4.
This is a Sabbath, a day of rest, right? The Sabbath was made for man, right? Man wasn't made for the Sabbath, right? It's your day of rest, meaning you're not doing servile work, meaning you don't have to go to work for the oppressor on that day. It's the day that the Lord gave you to rest, right? Keep reading.
Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5.
Right. Hold that right there. The Lord said seasons, right? The Lord said these you could Baba Salakia. As the year goes by and as you get more seasoned in this truth, you don't even have to look at a calendar really to know what time of year you're in, right? You just go, like, for those who are able to read the patterns of the moon and of the stars, right? You'll be able to know what time of year it is and what you're supposed to be observing and celebrating next, right? Keep reading.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the 5th month, at even, is the Lord's Passover.
Right. Read that one more time.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the 5th month,
The
first
Salakia,
month,
the first
the
month.
first month, at even is the Lord's Passover.
Right, the 14th day of the first month at evening. That's the Passover, right? That's in spring. That's in the springtime, right? Our oppressor likes to tell us that in the dead of winter, when everything is dead, it's a new life. It's a new year, right? That's how you know we're dealing with children. We have children over us, right? The whole world listens to this race of children, right? Our oppressors, the European man, and says, "You're right. In the dead of winter, it's time for a new year, right?" Jump down to jump down to 26, Baba Kashab.
Leviticus 23rd chapter, verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 27, also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your soul.
Hold that right there. Right? Right. So we just wrapped up the feast of blowing trumpets, right? We just wrapped up the feast of blowing trumpets like about a week ago, right? Where we observed and we remembered how the Lord sent us to war with other nations, nations who were stronger than us, nations who were mightier than us, and we didn't have to do anything except keep the laws of the Most High. And he damn near fought all our battles. He fought every single one of them. Every time Israel won a battle, it was because of the Lord. Every time we lost a battle, it was because of somehow we sinned against the Lord. So he wasn't with us, right? So that's something you have to remember. When you're losing the battles, you have to remember you're probably not with the Lord, right? You gotta do what he needs you to do, right? You gotta keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep reading.
And offer an offering made by fire to the Lord.
Right. So we're going to afflict our souls, right? That means we're going to fast. We're gonna not eat food for 24 hours. We're gonna not drink anything for 24 hours, right? And then after that, we're gonna gather with our brothers and sisters and offer an offering made by fire. Trooper Satham, what is an offering made by fire?
It'd be a fire sacrifice, a lamb or something similar.
Khan, you're right in the neighborhood, but bring me home.
So, like I said, I do not know if it's not a lamb.
No, an offering made by fire could be a lamb, right? But like, break that down to me. Like, if you were going to explain this to a student, an offering made by fire, how would you explain it?
It's an offering for all the sins you did during the whole year or the year prior. So the blood of the lamb is made to clean.
It is an offering, right? It is like a sin offering, right? But it's not exactly that. Officer Sharywan, would you like to give it a try?
Sir. Salakia. It's cooking, sir. Salakia, it's barbecuing or having a feast.
That's exactly what it is, right? So today we're gonna fast, right? Lord willing, we're all in the same city. We would gather at the school while as we're about to break our fast, and we would break our fast together. Right? After we finish afflicting our souls for Israel, for the atonement of the sins of our nation, we would gather together and feast, right? An offering made by fire, meaning it is lamb, right? It could be lamb, it could be cow, it could be a chicken that you're eating. But the point is, you don't eat raw meat, you're going to cook it, right? If we're in 7 AD, we don't have a stove, we don't have Salakia. There's no white Maytag in our kitchen, right? Someone's kindling wood, sparking that fire. You're blowing air into those ambers of the shrub or whatever you're using to kindle the fire, and you're kindling that fire, and you're gonna roast or yeah, that's the better way to say it. You're going to roast whatever food you're cooking, right? That's the offering made by fire, right? Read 28.
Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that day, for it is the day of atonement. To make an atonement.
Hold that right there, right? Try to stop at the commas.
Right.
Read that one more time, Baruch Shah.
Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that day, for it is a day of atonement.
Right. It's the day of atonement, right? You're not gonna do no work in that day, right? Unfortunately, we're in our captivity. We gotta answer to an oppressor who's just he's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the devil from the Caucasus Mountains, right? We gotta go. Listen, unfortunately, some of us have to go into work tomorrow. Some of us have to go into that slave shift tomorrow. It's going to be a terrible thing, right? Because you're going to be slaving away and you're going to be thinking about breaking your fast, right? Every devil is going to offer you something. Listen, devils you've never spoken to are going to come up out of nowhere and say, hey, I thought about you. Do you want a water? And you're going to be wondering, you've never thought about me a day in your life. Why are you offering me a water today? Right? You got to fight. You gotta fight that temptation to drink that water. Right? Keep reading.
To make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. Verse 29.
You could stop right there for a second. It's before the Lord our God, right? Our power, Yahweh in the Hebrew, right? It's a day that the Lord set for us to pay to atone for all the crimes that we've done in Israel, right? The crimes against the Most High, right? I listen. Tomorrow is going to be a hard day for all the Akim, right? And if you feel like you're struggling, call your brother, right? Call a man above you. Right? You don't have to fight by yourself. Go through it with your brother. Because right when you think, damn, my stomach is going in right now and I need just a sip. I need just a crumb. Right? Your brother is going through that as well. Right? So call your brother. It's going to be something, it's going to build your brotherhood. Fight that war with him. Right? You've heard that the men in the I.S.U.P.K, they go to war together, right? This is a spiritual war. It's not carnal. We're not flying in no Raptors. We're not flying no big Salaki. I don't even know what the Edomites, they have some plane that carpets a whole province. They could carpet a whole province with bombs in 1 hour, right? We're not fighting in those. But we're going to fight this hunger temptation. We're going to fight the temptation to drink water. We're going to fight and atone for the sins of our people. Right? You can keep reading 29.
Verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
Listen, you're supposed to do this. Like, it's not, you don't have, listen, the Christian church likes to say we have free will. You don't have no damn free will. The Most High told you to do this. there's damn near like a Salakia. For the better, I'm just trying to think of the best way to say this. Listen, the Most High put a gun to your head when he gave this statement to Moses. He said, if you don't do this, you're gonna be cut off from your people. That's not free will. That's do this, right? And again, we're in our slavery, so you might have to work, right? You might have to work that day, and it's gonna be hard, right? If you can get that day off, get that day off, right? But this is a day that you want to observe, right? Starting as the sun goes down. So Salakia, Officer Aliyar.
Con. Can you hear me?
Con, sir.
Con. No sign correct. All right. To water, please.
Con, sir.
So give officers a badge of hand. All right. All right. Just like Officer Badger was bringing it out. We in the Feast of Atonement today, right? What the Jewish man, the fake Jew, call Yom Kippur, right? This is the day where you're supposed to fast, just like Officer Badger was saying. You fast. You think about everything that you did wrong in your life. You think about all the weed that we smoke. You understand? All the drug that we sold, all the women that you understand we used. We think about all these things and we repent. You understand? We analyze. We go inside of ourselves and to realize what type of filth we were back in the day. You understand? And how can I make it better today? How can I move today for the Most High? How can I do something positive in this world? Something that I never did back in the day. This is today, Akim. You understand? Just before we go even further, in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, right? It say, Day of Atonement, Hebrew festival instituted by Moses and held on the 10th day of the 7th month, involving abstinence from labor, fasting, penitence, and sacrifice for sin. Understand? The day marked the holy entry of the high priest into the Holy of Holies. Today, we don't have a temple, Akim. You understand? We don't have a physical temple where we could go, you understand, where there's a high priest. Why? Because we lost all of that because we sinned. Today is the day we think about everything that we did, everything our forefathers did. We think about those days, man, and we afflict our soul, which means what? I seen some Arab, right? There's a video you could see of the Arab afflicting their skin, like beating themselves with knives. You understand? With rope and bleeding, just like the prophet of Baal. You understand? You could see that online. You understand? That's not afflicting your soul, man. Afflicting your soul is not no food, no drink. You understand? We do it for 24 hours. The Arab gonna tell you he does it for a month. Well, after the end of the day, you understand? It's a feast. He eats. You understand? He eats whatever he wants to eat. The Arab man is not fasting for real, man. The Arab man is a hypocrite. And all these Christians that talk about fasting and all these things, they're not fasting for real. You understand? Fasting, afflicting your soul is not eating and not drinking for, you understand, for that period of time that you are fasting. You understand? And we're gonna read that even in the Bible, you understand, what along this class. Somebody bring me to Matthew chapter 6, verse 16, Bible question. Understand? I'm gonna read you something else. So like it. Meanwhile, see, just give me a few seconds so I got it there. All right. The Day of Atonement. Oh, hold on a second. How are you? Ultimate Bible Dictionary, if y'all could see it, right? I'm going to read a part of it. Day of Atonement. This was explained by later tradition to indicate fasting and repentance. Israel understood that this was a day for mourning over their sins. You understand? This is today, Akim. Understand? We start today and finishes tomorrow during sundown, at sundown tomorrow. You understand? This is the day. This is the day that you realize, you understand, that you could make it in this life without the weed. You understand? You could make it without water. You could make it without food for 24 hours. You don't need that weed. You don't need that to sniff that cocaine. You understand? You don't need them whores. You understand? This is today, Akim, to realize exactly. If we could do this, we could go through whatever. Understand? Some people say, well, you know what? Because of COVID-19, those that don't take the vaccine or those that are elect, they're gonna go to the woods and everything, so on. A bunch of nonsense. Well, you know what? If that would be the case, we ready because we could make it 24 hours without no food and no drink. You understand? All right, go ahead, Trooper Satan.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites.
Be not
as a hypocrite.
Hold on. So somebody bring me the go to etymology.org. Look up the word hypocrite, Bible question. Understand? You could keep on reading.
Okay. So hypocrites of a sad countenance.
Go ahead.
For they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast.
Okay, all right. Read it from verse 16, but again.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as a hypocrite of a sad countenance.
Of a sad countenance. I don't know if y'all already seen the Arabs, right? When they're fasting, what their junk is called? Ramadan. Ramadan. When they're doing the Ramadan, they look like they're about to die. You understand? They look like they're about to die. They're sad. They wake up. They didn't eat and everything. You understand? This is what the Bible tells you not to do this, man. Understand? Don't look sad. Go ahead.
And for the whole month, they tell everybody, I'm going to Ramadan is like the most how do I say, the biggest discussion in the workplace. Everybody has to know they're doing
Khan, exactly. You understand? I work with them mistaken Ishmaelites. You understand? So this is the whole month is they talk about, well, Ramadan was, I didn't eat, what you gonna do, and you understand? And they look sad, they look depressed. You understand? Well, the Bible tells you don't look like that. You understand?
Right.
Be enjoy that you're fasting, man. Understand? Be enjoy. Understand? When I say enjoy, don't go out and have fun and everything, but don't look sad. You understand? Don't look away so people could come up to you and be like, hey brother, what's wrong? You understand? Sister, what's wrong? Don't do that. You understand? Just act normal. You understand? You got a slave. You understand? Unfortunately, we in slavery, we in captivity. You got a slave. You understand? Do your slavery. You understand? Pray in your heart while you're working. You understand? And you understand? Go by on your day. You understand? Keep on going.
Where they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast.
Nah, you understand? When Ramadan, when Ramadan comes, we all know, you understand? Arabs don't have that smile in the morning, you understand? They have a temper, a little bit of a temper and everything. So, okay, you're doing Ramadan, we understand, okay, we're not gonna bother them too much, understand? That's the Arab. That's also the Christian. The Christian do the same thing as well, understand? People, I seen some Christian in sackcloth. I was like, my goodness, you understand? Potato sackcloth, man. You understand? Ask officers about you, man. So like, you understand? I seen some Christian in sackcloth, man. You understand? Don't do that, man. You understand? Don't put no potato sackcloth over your suit and go in the street, act like you're fasting and everything. Don't do that. Go ahead, officers about you.
Salakia, sir. You forgot, sir. Salakia. They had on suits under the sackcloth. Put on that sackcloth. Salakia.
Exactly. You understand? Don't do that, man. You understand? Don't do that. Don't be a Christian. You understand? Do what the Bible says. Just fast. You understand? Don't eat. Don't drink. Keep on going, warrior.
Verily I say unto you, they have their own reward.
They have their own reward. You understand? We already know where the Arabs are born. And the Christian, you understand, those that don't repent from our people, but you understand, they have their own reward. You understand? But we're looking for the grace of the Most High. We're looking for the compassion of the Most High. We're looking for strength from the Most High, so we can keep on going. You understand? Being one West, we want to keep on going. You understand? And perfecting our ways every day. You understand? This is why we're fasting. We're fasting. You understand? Because we are today. we have a chance to make it to the kingdom because of the blood of Christ, because of the sacrifice of Christ. Understand? But if I was in the street, if I was in the world, I would be stuck in the world and be the same old disgusting self that I was. But today, I'm gonna fast. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna ask for forgiveness for that filth that I was back in the day. Understand? This is today, I feel. Understand? Who has the word hypocrite? Bible question. It's etymology.org. Go on that website. That's a good website if you want to see the roots of word and synonyms and everything.
Salakia, sir, give me one moment. I'm finding it right now.
Understand?
Salakia, I have a definition of hypocrite.
Go ahead.
A person who pretends to have virtues, moral or religious beliefs, principles, etc., that he or she does not actually possess, especially a person whose actions stated beliefs.
Exactly. You understand? That's a hypocrite. You understand? Somebody that talks the game, talks the talk, but doesn't walk the walk. Arabs gonna act like they're fasting, right? Like they're so holy and everything. They're so close to God. They're fasting for a month. But after that, they're gonna sell you drugs. You understand? They're gonna tell you that they don't eat pork, but they're gonna sell pork in their restaurant. Understand?
Right.
All these things shows you the manner of an hypocrite. Understand? The same thing with Christian. Christian tells you, I love God, I will fast. You understand? They have days where they fast and everything. You understand? Their life is fast for a week. And after that, in the same church where they're fasting, they're having sex in the church. You understand? Don't be a hypocrite. Where's I need the definition in the etymology.org. There's a word that I'm looking for in there. Etymology.org. ORG.
So I have it.
Go ahead.
This is the definition on etymology.org. Hypocrite. False pretender to virtue.
False pretender to virtue or religion. I mean, these Arab, these Christians, they pretend. They're false pretending. You understand? They're not one West. They're not real about it. They don't walk the walk. You understand? They talk a good talk, but they don't walk the walk. Keep on going.
From Old French, hypocrite. Modern French, hypocrite. From Church Latin, hypocrita, a hypocrite. From Greek, hypocritus. Stage actor, pretender.
What? Oh, wait. What?
Stage actor.
Stage actor. You understand? They're all actors, man. You understand? That's a hypocrite. Don't be an actor. You understand? Don't be an actor going around, you sad, with your head down. You understand? I'm fasting. Today's my fast. Understand? Don't do that. You understand? Don't do that. All right? You a pretender. You understand? That's why the Bible says they pretend to you understand, with their head down. You understand? With the sad face and everything, the silly look. You understand? Don't do that. You understand? Keep on going on the verse. Bible question.
Verse 17.
Yeah, that's
Matthew
right.
chapter 6, verse 17. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face.
You understand? Some people will say, you understand, you don't even take a shower. You fasting, don't take a shower and everything. You understand? Take a shower, brush your teeth. Just make sure you don't drink no water while in the process. Brush your teeth. You understand? Be clean. Understand? Be clean. Don't be all stinking in your room. You understand? Stinking outside like it's some damn Hamite and everything. Understand? Be clean. Understand? Be presentable. Understand? And this is what it's talking about. Be clean, be presentable. You understand? Don't go out. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna brush my teeth. Brush your teeth. Make yourself clean. Make yourself look good. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 18. That appear not unto man to fast.
That you do what?
That thou appear not unto men to fast.
You understand? Nobody needs to know you fasting. Your neighbors don't need to know you're fasting. You understand?
Right.
I have Christian neighbors I can. You understand? Well, there's sometime during the night they're like, Jesus, Jesus. You understand? Yelling and yelling. You understand? I would have knocked the wall sometimes. Like you understand? Like the French say, "Tiger." You understand? I mean, no, your neighbors don't need to know that. You understand? You understand? This is between you and your God. You understand? This is between you and what God says. You understand? Keep on going.
But unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret, shall reward you openly.
Exactly. You understand? Do your fast exactly like you're not fasting. Take a shower, brush your teeth, don't eat, don't drink. You understand? If you have to go to your slavery, unfortunately, well, you know what? So be it. Do your slavery, but make sure you don't eat, you don't drink. You understand? I would suggest you don't go in the cafeteria. I would suggest you go take a walk around the, you understand, around the parking lot, around the neighbor. You understand? Like this, you could spend the time. You understand? The time could go by fast. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth.
All right, so you're on verse 19, right?
All
right, you could drop that. All right. Somebody get me Daniel chapter 10, verse 3, Bible question. I have this book, right? I know a couple of you I can have this book, right? The 10 tribe. Right? On page 126, you could see it. You understand? I highlight it, I'm gonna read it. You understand? This is what we show you. We're showing you your culture, man. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. What we're showing, what we're doing today, that's your culture. That's your real culture. You understand? Like even the native was celebrating this feast. You understand? When this book is necessary, you understand, to prove to the native, listen, this is what your forefathers were doing. It's in the Bible as well. I could show it to you in the Bible. Understand? I'm gonna read it. 4 sentinels are now placed, one at each corner of the holy square, to keep out every living creature as impure, except the religious order and the warriors who are not known to have violated the law of the first fruit offering and that of marriage since the last year expiation. Understand? The expiation is another word for atonement. Understand? They observe the fast till the rising of the second sun, and be they ever so hungry in that sacred interval. The healthy warriors deem the duty so awful and disobedience so inexpressibly vicious that no temptation will induce them to violate it. Understand? This is the native back in the day, man. Even though they had to go, you understand, fast for the 24 hours, they won't violate that fast. Even though they're hungry, understand? Even though they're going hungry, they won't violate it. Understand? This is biblical, man. I'm gonna read the last part. They at the same time drank plentiful of a decoction of the butter snake root in order to vomit and cleanse their sinful bodies. Understand? When we read these things in the Bible, this is our culture, man. Understand? We came in America. We've been deprived of our culture. We've been deprived of our language. We've been deprived of everything that make us us. Well, today in the I.S.U.P.K, you could get it back. Today in the I.S.U.P.K, you know exactly what your real culture is about. And your real culture, you understand, as a feast where we think about each other, where we think about each other's fault, where we think about, you understand, my grandfather's fault, my grandmother's fault. You understand? Like this, I won't do the same mistake that they done. You understand? Where I think about the fault of my past, like this, I won't do the same mistake as my past. You understand? God has done something amazing to amongst our people, man. But we don't want to see it. You understand? But us in the I.S.U.P.K under coming in General YAHANNA, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep doing. We're gonna keep perfecting our ways, man. You understand? All right, let's get it. Daniel chapter 10, verse 3. And the book is the 10th tribe of Israel. All right. I suggest this book. You understand? There's a lot of good information on this book. All right.
Okay. Daniel chapter 10, verse 3. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth.
Which means what? Daniel, select your word. Daniel is saying, well, you know what? I didn't eat, I didn't drink. Keep on going.
Okay. Neither did I anoint myself at all till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled.
Understand? Now, Daniel fasted for 3 weeks, man. Understand? Daniel fasted for 3 weeks. Today, we doing it for 24 hours. I can you one West, you could do it. Understand? Put that spirit in your mind. I'm one West, I could do it, I will do it. And even for you, sisters. Understand? If you're not pregnant, of course, and for the elderly that can't go without food and that need medication, that need the medication. You understand? For the little babies, you understand? We're gonna fast for them, just like Officer Zabaja was saying. Understand? We'll fast for them. All right. Keep on going.
Okay. Verse 4.
All right, drop that Bible question. And Trooper Barakiala, bring me to Matthew 4, verse 4. Trooper Satam, you could get Esther chapter 8, verse 50 ready for me, Bible question.
Okay.
Understand? This is the day of atonement, man. Understand? Where we go and reflect. We go and think back in all the mistakes that we made, man. Understand? And thank the Most High for giving us a chance, for sending a sacrifice for us to be able to come back to His mercy, man. Understand? To come back, to come in His love, to partake in, you understand? To partake in what we have today. Understand? This is the day we got to realize that there's a lot of feasts in the Bible. There's feasts, you understand, where you party, where you barbecue with your brother, you understand? But this feast today is for us to think about all the mistakes and how can we do it even better? How can we be better? You understand? Let's get it. All right, Barakela, go ahead. Matthew 4, verse 4. Okay, I'm Officer Zabaja, Officer Shawan. If you want to add up something, you understand? Go ahead, all right?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I did want to add like something that Salakia. It's just like earlier you were speaking about like how the other nations they'll take
Book of Matthew chapter 4, verse 4.
Barakela, hold on a second, Barakela. All right. Go ahead, Officer's budget.
No, I was just saying it was heavy how you were saying the other nations, they take this day and they think like afflicting themselves literally means like they gotta take a cow prattle whip or a cow whip and whip themselves. Like I was watching some Christian movie, right? I think it was like that some movie Tom Hanks did a while back. I think it's like that one where they try to figure out the Last Supper painting. I think Da Vinci's Code. And in that movie, there's a man that's literally just whipping himself, right? And like that's supposed to be his atonement when the Most High is not trying to hurt us, right? Come. And if I may, also one more, I remember growing up in the world in middle school, right? The Muslim kids would be coming to school talking about it's Eid. And every morning these kids are throwing up in the washroom because they're hungry. Salakia. Right? They're literally throwing up or passing out in class because they're hungry. These other nations don't give a damn about their children. Right? That's not I.S.U.P.K. We care about our people. You have people who are going to speak against us and they're not going to like when we tell them the truth, but they're not doing a damn thing for their people. If you're watching and you listen, just go ask them. Ask them what they do for their people. Tell them to list it down. You're going to find out they don't do anything. You're going to get back a blank piece of paper.
Right. So Salakia also Zabacha, you understand? They call it penitence in the Catholic Church. You understand? They call that penitence. I think those sisters in those nuns, not sisters, those nuns in the Catholic Church, they do it as well. Some of them, if they get undressed, that you're gonna see a bunch of scars on them and everything. Understand?
Good.
They do the same. That's exactly what we read. Like with the prophet of Baal, and the Muslim do the same thing. You understand? That's the root of it. Also, Shalom, go ahead.
God, Salakia. Just to piggyback off what Officer Zabadi was saying, I remember watching videos years ago in the Philippines. They would actually hang themselves to crosses, and I would have to watch those videos again. They have, I think some of them may have even nailed their hands to crosses. Salakia.
Good. I remember I seen something like this as well. Understand? Well, this is the fast. Go ahead.
So, as Officer Shayuan said that, right? Tonight we're going to afflict our souls. It's just a little hunger. Damn, listen, there's kids all over the barrio, all over the ghettos right now that have been fasting for the last month.
Right.
Because the devil put crack cocaine in their community and their moms is ODing or she's too high to make something to eat. And it reminds me of how these other nations are just terrible, right? Salakia, sir, do you remember the second camp I came to when I was a young man in the world, right? And the Elamites, they were flying down the street. I say flying, right? Because they took meat cleavers and stabbed it through the skin on their back. And they were literally hanging in the streets flying. And I'm like, good man, I've never seen this before.
You understand? But this is what the Bible say. The Bible say, you understand, they are actors, they are hypocrites. Don't be like them. You understand? That's why they're hypocrite. All these are example of being a hypocrite according to Christ, according to the Most High. Understand? Well, us, we're gonna afflict our soul. We're not gonna eat, we're not gonna drink. Understand? This is what afflicting your soul means. Understand? It doesn't mean to go whoop yourself, do penitence, whooping yourself, do what the Arabs do. The Arabs really cut themselves until the blood, you understand? The blood is gushing, you understand, from the body. Understand? That doesn't mean that. It means don't eat, don't drink. I said this is fasting. All right. All right, Trooper Barakela, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds.
You understand? Man should not live by bread alone. You understand? Like this make it through the day without eating, which means man is not gonna live just by eating. You understand? You need something that sustain your spirit. You understand? The food that we eat is good for the body, but you need food for the spirit, and the food for the spirit is the word of God. You understand? Those law, precept, and commandment are the food that your spirit needs. Understand?
Right.
And while you fasting, think about that. You don't need that food, you understand? You don't need that food today. What you need is the word of the Most High. And just like Officer Zabaja was saying, if it's rough for you, you understand, call a brother, you understand? Talk to your brother, you understand? 30 minutes, you understand? Fast by so fast, you understand? Talk to your brother, you understand? Call another brother, you understand? Like this, you won't be by yourself, you understand? Suffering by yourself, understand? All right, that was it, right? That was it, Trooper Barakela?
Canada Wakan.
All right. Let's get Esther chapter 8, verse 50. Thank you, Trooper Satam. All right, you there? Go ahead. Yeah, come on, go ahead.
Perfect. Esther chapter 8, verse 15.
50.
50. Salakia.
Go ahead.
Just a moment.
No, sir.
I'm on the correct chapter, chapter 8?
Come on. Esther chapter 8, verse 50.
Salakia.
That is the book of this. You got it?
So look, I'm having some technical issues on my side. Won't be.
All right, no sweat, no sweat. Who has it? Let's get it quick.
Sir, one moment.
Concert. Salakia, Esther chapter 8 and verse 15.
50.
Oh, 50. So, Esther.
So lock out the one. My Esther finishes at verse 17.
No sweat.
Salakia, sir, give me one moment.
No sweat.
Salakia said, the book of Esther goes up, Esther 8 goes up to verse 17.
Hold on, give me a second to check my precept. Oh, Salakia, First Esdras chapter 8 verse 50. Salakia.
Okay.
And Esther will be chapter 4 verse 16.
You wanted First Ezra chapter 8 verse 50, sir?
Salakia.
Sir, I have it right here.
Go ahead.
First Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. And there I vowed a fast unto the young men before our Lord.
You understand? The fast unto who?
Unto the young Salakia. Unto the young men before the Lord, before our Lord.
Salakia also is a badger unto the babies.
Unto the young men.
Unto the little child.
Unto the young men.
You understand? Unto the young man, man. You understand? Just like the Arabs, you see the Arabs, you understand, just like Officer Zabajo saying, like the young kids throwing up and everything in the bathroom, they're not supposed to fast, man. This is for a young man. Understand? This is for those that's able to do it. You understand? We're not cruel, man. We're not cruel, so we're not gonna let little children. You understand? I have a child that's not even 2 years old. I'm not gonna force him to fast, not feed him. You understand? For 24 hours. You understand? What type of father would I be? What type of mother would do such a thing? You understand?
Right.
Be not as an hypocrite. Let those Arab do their things, man. Us, we're gonna follow what God say unto the young man. You understand? You understand? And this at the same time, while we fasting, we should talk about all the murders that's going on. You understand? Especially within us, black Hispanics and Native Indians. If our people will know about, you understand, think about this feast, about this day, you understand? About they will talk about, well, you know what? I killed my brother the other day. Such and so killed such and so, and we would start thinking and thinking within ourselves, like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill my brother again. Understand? That day will bring all of our people into repentance. But unfortunately, they rather the Christianity. They rather everything else, this which is not their culture. They rather voodoo. They rather anything else that's not the culture. But in the culture, in our culture, you see feasts like this. You see days like this where we think about one another. You understand? And if we think about the mistake of one another, if I think about the mistake of someone else, I'm not going to do the same mistake. If I think about the mistake that I made, I'm not going to commit the same mistake. And this is what this day is supposed to be about. You understand? For us to remember the sins that we committed. Like this, we could come back. We could come back into a new person. We could come back to the Most High. Understand? And that was it, Officer Badger?
Law, sir.
Go ahead.
To desire of him a prosperous journey, both for us and them that were with us, for our children and for the cattle.
You understand? The cattle are not gonna fast. You understand? Cattle are not gonna fast because they're not human. You understand? If you had cattle, you still would. You understand? You still would. You understand? Give your cattle some food. Give your cows. You understand? Your sheep some food and everything. You're not gonna make them fast. But you understand? You're not the same thing as for the babies. You understand? You don't make them fast. You fast for the babies. Those pregnant women, you fast for them. You understand? You take that burden for them. You understand? And this is what love is about. This is what brotherhood is about. Taking somebody else's burden. That's brotherhood. You understand? Select, yeah. Somebody bring me to Esther chapter 4, verse 16. Bible question, right quick.
I will come. Esther chapter 4, verse 16. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, nights.
Wait. What is fast?
Neither eat nor drink.
Salakia warrior. Salakia, beat yourself up until the blood is gushing from your body.
Neither eat nor drink.
Just like Officer Badger, be like the priest, you understand, in that movie. You understand? Beat yourself up in the corner.
Neither eat nor drink.
Neither eat nor drink. This is what fasting is. You understand? You don't eat, you don't drink. You understand? Don't be like the Christian. Don't be like the Muslim. Don't be like these other nations that does any type of, you understand, nonsense. You understand? To make it appear that they're fasting or they're doing something else, something that is pleasing to God. You understand? That God is not pleased by their action, by what they're doing. You understand? They will have their reward, but you want your reward to be. You understand? You want your reward that comes from Him, something that's good, a blessing, and God will reward you openly. Understand? Tomorrow, well, from after this class, you understand? Take a shower if you have to, you understand, before you go to bed, you understand? Brush your teeth, make sure you don't swallow no water, you understand? Then pray, you understand? Pray before you go to bed, like your parents say. Understand? You could stay all night and pray, you understand? But don't act like the Muslim, you understand? Don't be like the Christian. Don't go, you understand, over the board, in another word. Understand? Keep on going.
And neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day.
3 days, night or day. You understand? The fast we're doing is for 24 hours. You understand? Do not break the fast. You understand? Before that 7 o'clock tomorrow, 7 p.m. tomorrow. Do not break the fast. You understand? I know it's gonna be rough. You understand? Especially for those Akim that are slaving. Unfortunately, it's a blessing for me that I'm not slaving myself, because you understand, I have a little issue, you understand, medical issue, you understand. But for those that are slaving, you understand, I know it's gonna be rough. Like I said, do not go in the cafeteria, because it's gonna make you want to buy something, buy a bag of chips, buy some juice, whatever. You understand? Go take a walk outside, you understand, if you could. Understand? Do something that will entertain you. Do something, you understand. You during your break, you could watch, you understand. If your break is 30 minutes, watch the camp videos. You understand? Watch camp videos, you understand. Take notes, you understand. The time will go by fast, and you won't even see it. Understand? Go ahead, warrior.
I also and my maidens will fast likewise.
You understand? Like everybody in your house who's able to fast, they're supposed to fast. You understand? Every Israelite that's able to fast is supposed to fast. You understand? Go ahead.
And so will I go in unto the king.
Understand? Okay, you could drop that. You could drop it there. Anybody have question about the fasting and everything that we just said? Question or comments? Go ahead. You could go ahead. Before we move on even further. No question, no comment?
Everything's too well.
Come on, saying Christ. Somebody bring me to Isaiah chapter 58, verse 3. Saying Christ. Understand? And once again, Akim, the 10th tribe of Israel book, trying to have it. You understand? There's a lot of information, especially with the feast days. You understand? There's a lot of feast days that those natives were observing. You understand? You want to have that in for your ammunition and everything. Like just like today, they used to follow exactly the Atonement day. You understand? The day where they cleanse themselves from their sin. Understand? Which is found in the Bible. You want to have that as well. Isaiah chapter 58, verse 3. What question?
Isaiah chapter 58, verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say thee, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our souls, and thou
Have we what?
takest no knowledge?
Have we what?
Afflicted our souls.
We afflict our soul, man. You understand? Keep on going.
Okay. And thou takest no knowledge. Behold, in the days of your fasts ye find pleasure, and exact all your labors.
You understand? This is the other nation. You understand? They're fast, especially just like the Arabs again. You understand? They're fast, and they're gonna tell you, "Well, I'm fasting. I'm not gonna eat." You understand? If you're not in this knowledge of the truth, you would think, well, you know what? They're fasting. They're doing like, understand? They're doing almost 12 hours without no food. Well, you know what? They must be holy and everything. They talk about it. You understand? Us, no. We're gonna afflict our soul. We're not gonna eat. We're not gonna drink. You understand? The slave master is not gonna know about it. You understand? The co-worker is not gonna know about it. You understand? And so on. Your neighbors don't need to know about it neither. Understand? Let these other nations be hypocrite. Us, we're gonna be real. We're gonna do what God says. You understand? And was that it for verse 3?
Welcome.
All right. Exodus chapter 16, verse 3.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 3.
And
the children.
Go ahead, select.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pot, and when we did eat.
Go ahead.
Okay. And when we did eat bread to full, for we have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill this while assembly with hunger.
Mm-hmm. So, Warrior Salakia, explain me what was going on. And what you just read.
If I understand properly, it's when they were in the wilderness, I'm guessing one of the Israelites was complaining to Moses, saying that they were better off in Egypt. Why did we come to this wilderness to die of hunger?
Come, give it, man. That's exactly what it is. You understand? Not just one of the children of Israel. You understand? Almost all the congregation was going against was, well, you know what? You brought us over here. We don't have no food. You understand? We used to eat good bread in Egypt. You understand? We used to eat, you understand? We used to have good wine in Egypt, good juice in Egypt. You understand? Well, not that once we see the Egypt, you understand? When we get the knowledge of Egypt, we don't see that in the science, though. You understand? But that's what the children of Israel were saying. You understand? We was eating good in Egypt. Now we're in the wilderness. You understand? We're in the desert. You understand? Without no food, without nothing to drink. You understand? They wanted to go back to Egypt. Well, today you can make it without 24 hours without no food, no drink. You have the strength not to go back to Egypt. You understand? You have the strength not to be like those children of Israel, like our forefathers that wanted to go back to Egypt because they wanted food. You understand? You could make it without food and drink. You could make it throughout this life without anything. You understand? That's what you want. You want to be strong in your spirit. You understand? Christ fasted for how long?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, 40 days?
40 days, 40 nights. Exactly. You understand? 40 days, 40 nights without no food, no drink. Imagine Akim. You understand? The hallucination that a man might have, you understand? Spending all this time with no food and drink. You understand? But that builds your spirit. You understand? Even the devil, when it was in his head, you understand, trying to tempt him, you understand, make the stone turn to bread. Understand? And what did Christ say? Understand? A man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Understand?
Right.
And that's the spirit that you want to be in. Understand? Make it through this day without food, no drink. Understand? Build your spirit, build your character. Understand? After all, you are a warrior of the Most High. You're a royalty, man. You understand? So you could do it, I can. All right. That was it, right? All right. Let's get Matthew chapter 17, verse 17. And Trooper Barakela, if you could hear me, forget me. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5.
Matthew chapter 17, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour.
You understand? This is Yahushua. This is one of the miracles of Yahushua. One of the many miracles of Yahushua. You understand? Just like the Bible say, if they would write everything that Christ did, all the miracles that Christ did, it wouldn't be able to fit in the Bible, man. You understand? This is one of the many miracles of Yahushua. Keep on going.
Verse 19. Then came the disciples of Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? Verse 20.
You understand? This is this is the followers of Christ. Followers of Christ were trying to take and heal that child, right? They were trying to take that demon away from that child. They couldn't take the demon away from the child. Now let's see what Yahushua says.
Go ahead. Verse 20. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and I shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Verse 21.
Go ahead.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
By what?
Prayer and fasting.
You understand? There's power in fasting, man. You understand? Just like I was saying before, build your character, build your spirit, strengthen your spirit. This is what fasting is about, man. You understand? Now imagine Christ doing 40 days and 40 nights without no food and drink. Now you think about the miracles that he was doing. Now you think about why Christ was like this, because he built his spirit, man. Understand? He strengthened his spirit. Understand? Until he didn't need nothing but the word of God. Understand? You want to have that same character and that same spirit. Understand? And certain demons out there, you understand? You can't take them away. You understand? Certain Christians, you can't get through to them without.
Salakia. What precept were we just reading?
Okay, it was Matthew 17, verse 22. 21.
Salakia. I'm back. So you understand? You could drop at 21. You understand? But you want to build there's certain Christians, you understand? You could talk to them, you understand, from AM to PM, they'll not understand. That demon is so strong. You understand? Yeah. Pray, fast and pray. You understand? God will give you the power to destroy that demon. You understand? That Christian will be left, you understand, confused in his confusion and everything. You understand? But you want to fast. Fasting is good for your spirit. And not only that, fasting is also good for the body as well. You understand? So what you're doing is something positive. It's something great. It's something that God requires for you to be strength, to have strength. You understand? physically and also spiritually. Understand? All right, let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5. First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Canada Wakan is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 5.
Go ahead. Let the trooper have it, officers, but
Concept.
go ahead, go ahead, trooper Barkella.
Not one other, that you may give yourselves to and come together again.
So like, are you cutting up a little bit? Can you go back from the top, Baba Kwash?
Canada Wakan is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 5. Defraud you not one the other, except to be with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
Hold on, trooper. This is talking about a woman and a man. You understand? You have your woman. Like when you read verse 4, it say the woman doesn't have authority on her own body, and neither does the man have authority over his own body. Which means what? If she wanna have sex, give her the sex. You understand? She want the rod, give her the rod. You want the box, she gotta give you the box. You understand? However, you could take time off to fast and to pray. You understand? You agree with her, you understand? You talk to her, look, you understand? I'm gonna do this fast. You understand? I'm not gonna eat, I'm not gonna drink. You understand? So I'm not gonna have sex like this. I won't be tired. I want, you understand? I won't need something to drink afterward, you understand? So in this instance, you could tell her no, you understand? No, I'm fasting. You understand? I gotta pray. I'm doing this. You understand? So for this occasion, you understand? You could tell her no, you understand, you're not gonna have sex. So you understand, you could you understand, it's a mutual thing. Understand? So you talk to your woman and everything, but there's no law that prevent, you understand, a man having sex with a woman, you understand, during fast, but it will be wiser not to have sex. Why? Because after sex you want to drink, you understand, you're thirsty, you're staying and everything. So you don't want to do that. You understand? You don't want to break your fast. You don't want to compromise because of the sex. You understand? You don't want to compromise because of sex. So this verse is telling you exactly that. You understand? Read it again, Bible question.
First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5. Defraud not one the other,
You understand?
except you would consent for a time, that you give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
So like, defraud you not one another. You understand? Let's say you're asking your woman for the box and she tells you no, she's defrauding you because that's your box. The same thing if she's asking for the rod, you understand? Give it to her. That's her rod. You understand? But you could, you understand, if it comes time for prayer or fasting, you understand, you consent, you talk to one another, you understand? I'm pretty sure she won't mind, you understand, say, well, you a bad husband because you understand, I want it right now and everything, you understand? So sexual intercourse is not recommended, you understand, while you're fasting, understand? So I would suggest no sexual intercourse, understand, for 24 hours, you understand? And afterwards, you understand, Thursday night, hey, you understand? Get in that matrix, man. You understand? Become Neo. Become Neo in that matrix, man. You understand? Yeah. Like they say, do the matrix, man. You understand? You understand? Go wild. But you understand? During those 24 hours, you understand? Focus on the Most High. Focus, you understand, on classes. Focus on learning. Focus, you understand, on going completing this fast for the Most High. You understand? All right, last verse I'm gonna bring Joel chapter 2 verse 12. Baba Kwasha. Joel chapter 2 verse 12.
Joel chapter 2 verse 12. Therefore also know, said the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your hearts.
With what?
With all your heart.
Turn with all your heart, man. You understand? Which means what? What does it mean to turn you with all your heart? Turn you to me with all your heart. Go ahead, go ahead.
With all your being, your whole.
Exactly. You understand? Every fiber in your being, all your mind, with all your spirit. You understand? Which means what? Which means do everything that God says to do. You understand? Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. You understand? Trying to fast, trying to act like you want to get to close to God. You understand? While you understand you doing a bunch of nonsense. You understand? You selling weed afterward. You smoking weed. You having sex with whores afterwards. You understand? Like do this. You do this while you're doing this fast, and you think about all the mistakes that you've done. The goal is not to make those same mistakes afterwards again. Understand?
Right.
So you wanna have that spirit always. Understand? Keep on going.
And with fasting.
With what?
With fasting.
Mm-hmm.
And with weeping.
With weeping, you understand? Which mean today we don't weep, you understand? We don't cry, you understand? Like but we still see the atrocity of our people, man. You understand? Sometimes you don't even have no more tears, you understand? Because you're seeing too much of the oppression, you understand? You're seeing too much of the oppression of what's going on with your people and everything. You don't even have no more tears left, but you still feel it inside. You still feel the pain. You still realize, God damn, because of the mistake that we done. Look at us today. Look at how they're killing us. Look at it, you understand? How we poor. Look at our ghettos. Look at how we live. You understand? And thinking about that will make you want to become better. You understand? Keep on going.
And with mourning.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And rend your heart and not your garments.
And rend what?
Your hearts.
What does that mean?
Sew up your hearts.
Yes, you understand that mean what? Well, bring me in the context of rend your heart and not your garment.
So how do I say? Sew up your hearts to the law and keeping what the Most High wants you to do.
Okay, not sew up, Salaka, not sew up. You wanna in a way I'm trying to give it to you. Like, what is pleasing to the Most High? Is sacrifice pleasing to the Most High? Do the Most High have pleasure in sacrifices?
I feel like it's a trick question, but I'm gonna say count one con.
Who wanna go? Who wanna give it a shot?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
The Most High doesn't care about our sacrifices. He doesn't care about them so much that there was a time that he stopped smelling our sacrifices.
What does he care about then? Go ahead. What does he care about then?
He cares about us keeping the law, sir.
But I want the word. There's the precept in the Bible. Also, Shawan.
So Slaki, I think it's in the book of Psalms.
It is. Go ahead.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yes, but there's another one I'm looking for because it said rend your heart. I want to give it. I'm giving it to you. Understand? The Lord takes not pleasure in sacrifice, but in what? Who have it? Who has it?
Salak, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
In us, like in the heart of man is a whole bunch of sin, right? So he wants us to take that to tear that sin out of our heart.
All right, all right. The Lord doesn't take pleasure in sacrifices, right? In the sacrifices of bull, but in what? Remember with the verse that we're reading, rend your heart, not your garment. So you understand? What does the Lord cares about? I'm gonna give it to you. So.
Salakia, otherwise.
Go ahead.
I'm kind of thinking on the topic of that giving our best, giving our all. So,
All right. So
are you saying, Salakia?
So like, I'm gonna give it to you right now. So, Psalm 51 verse 17. Go ahead.
In a trite, broken spirit, sir.
Exactly. Give him a hand.
Okay.
Contrite spirit, the broken spirit. That's what rend your heart mean. You understand? You understand? You seeing the mistake that you done. You understand? You seeing, you understand, and this affects you. You feeling bad because you done something wrong, right? The same way when we say, well, we have a conscience, we done something wrong, it's affecting our conscience. Well, the most I want to see that. You understand? You want to see exactly how bad you feel for the mistake, for your sin that you understand that you committed. You understand? That's what rending your spirit means. Understand? Because what? Back in the day, we had the custom of doing this. You see Noah can do it, right? Ripping his clothes. You understand? Back in the day, we was ripping our clothes. You understand? Because we were mad of something. We did something wrong, and you understand? With the emotion and everything, we just rip up our clothes and everything. Well, the most I say, you know what? That doesn't mean nothing. The same way with the animals, it doesn't care about the animal sacrifice. It cares about your broken spirit, a contrite and broken spirit. You understand? This is what rend your heart means. You understand? I have a broken spirit. I have a broken heart over all the sin that you did back in the day. Now, what will you do? You will change your life. You understand? You will be that sacrifice, you understand, where you don't commit those sins no more. You understand? You will sacrifice yourself. Now you won't smoke that weed. You won't rob another brother. You won't have sex with prostitutes. You understand? You won't kill another brother. You won't lie. You won't cheat. You understand? And so on and so on. You understand? You won't eat that pork, that crab, that lobster. You understand? Now you will sacrifice your desire because you have a contrite spirit, because you rend your heart. You understand? You understand, true person talk?
Salakia, count.
You understand? The verse that I was looking for is in Psalm 51 verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit and a contrite heart. You understand? This is the same thing as having as rending your heart. You understand? This means the same thing. Having a broken spirit heart and a contrite spirit. Understand? All right. What was that? It on the verse?
Sir.
Go ahead.
And rend your hearts and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness.
You understand?
And
Go ahead.
And repenting him of the evil.
You understand? Slack. The Most High did something amazing. You understand? Where He called us back to be his possession, his chosen people once again. You understand? We did so much wrong, Akim. You understand? And we are the living proof of the wrong that we did. You understand? Right. But today we have a chance to come back to the Most High. Understand? Let's use that opportunity. Let's use that window, like we could say, that window. Let's access that place. Understand? The love of the Most High. Let's just do what God says to do. All right. And today, let's break your heart. You understand? Break your heart. Break your spirit. You understand? Afflict yourself. Don't eat. Don't drink. Think about all the mistake of our forefathers, man. All the mistake that we done, and like this, we could become somebody better, somebody greater, ready for the kingdom. That being said, I say Shalom, Israel. You understand? To all my Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, I say Shalom. And I pass the class to Officer Zabaja, Officer 500 Zabaja.
Tomorrow, sir. Clap it up. Akia Imagine. Akia Imagine, which means to stand. Sarapanya Hakodam, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer, then give a courtesy salute, and end the class. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, and then break it down in English. Abanawa.
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 Bash Mayam.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Watazaka.
Watazaka.
Hayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Bashamayam.
Bashamayam.
Lathalanawa.
Lathalanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabwaknawa.
Kawaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabwaknawa.
Kawabaknawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Kabawanawa.
Tabayana. Tabayanawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashinawa.
Hawashinawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kayalaka.
Kayalaka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Wahatapara.
Watapara.
Laiwalamyam.
Laiwalamyam.
Aman.
Aman.
Go. Our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth.
Thy will be done in earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it.
The glory.
With that said, men of Israel, sorry, Al-Qasim, sorry.
Forever so be it.
We're going to give a courtesy salute to the Akim and a courtesy salute to the Akwathim. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Yad Yamata. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the Akwathim. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Shema
Bashem Yahushua.
Yad Yamata. Class dismissed.